These are chef's glasses down here.
Perfect. It's like somebody took a sip out of the first one.
I know, I was going to say. Who else?
Sorry. Short pour.
Sarah.
Yeah, guilty.
Okay.
All right.
And we are live.
All right, here we go. Welcome to CellarPass TV, live from Hall Wine St. Helena. We are here joined by an amazing lineup of sparkling wines. We're kicking off our 4th of July celebration a little early, and we're going to be having some explosive flavors of some gourmet flavor-infused popcorns by Chef Mike C. But first, what's going on in wine country? I'm so glad you asked, because there are some amazing and the hottest events coming up towards you right now. So this week kicks off Dress to the Vine, starts tomorrow at Bar de Sono's Dive Bar. 3 days of fashion, food, fun, wine, and art. Can't miss it. Definitely one of the coolest events in the Valley. Then July 5th, we have the Punch Brothers with Willie Watson at the Lincoln Theater in Yountville. July 12th, an afternoon in Provence at VGS Chateau Potel, where you'll have Provençal cuisine, music, wine, and the release of their new rosé, the Riviera. Definitely want to check that out. And then, of course, what we've been waiting for a whole year. It's almost here. I can feel it. July 19th and 20th. It'll be the 22nd annual Catalan Festival at Gloria Ferrer, which is our wine that we're sampling today. And it's a day of traditional Spanish folklore, passionate music, flamenco dancing, and savory tapas and more. To get tickets to these exciting events and find out more of what's going on in wine country, go to CellarPass.com and get your tickets today. Okay, finally, we're here. So let's meet the man behind the bubbles and my new best friend, Steve Urberg from Gloria Ferrer. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having me on and
Absolutely.
giving me a chance to pour my wines.
Woohoo! I'm very excited about this. So Steve, how long have you been working at Gloria Ferrer?
I've been at Gloria Ferrer now for a little more than 13 years.
13 years, you're like a lifer, that's amazing.
Yeah, it really kind of sneaks up on you after a little while. Turn around and say, yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Where were you before that?
Before that, I was at Buena Vista for a little while, down on the Central Coast. Worked at the Hess Collection for a little while.
Nice.
Here and there.
Here and there and everywhere?
Yeah.
Some of the other ones you mentioned are most notably still wine houses.
Yes.
So obviously Gloria Ferrer is very much so into the sparkling. They do still wines as well. You do have a great program, but what would you say is really intriguing about the sparkling wine?
Well, I did a harvest back at Gloria Ferrer way back when, in my early days. So I've always had a bit of a taste for sparkling wine. And when I had the opportunity to come back, that was really a great opportunity, and I took that. So, but what makes our wine so special is, you know, our location. We're in about as ideal of a spot as you can get for growing sparkling wine grapes, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay.
And you're in the
cool,
Carneros
cool
area.
climate varieties, and we're in the south end of Sonoma, just south of the town of Sonoma, there in the Sonoma side of Carneros. And we get that cool ocean breeze that comes in every night, cools the place down, which makes it a perfect environment for growing sparkling grapes.
Well, let's start with wine number 1. This is your Blanc de Blancs. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to everyone at home, and cheers to
Cheers.
studio audience.
Cheers.
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Cheers to Chef.
Chang.
So this wine,
That's delicious.
non-vintage Blanc de Blanc. This is 100% Chardonnay. We grow a lot of Pinot at Gloria Ferrer. About 80% of our vineyards are planted to Pinot. But it's also a perfect place for growing Chardonnay, so we want to have some of that in there. It's a non-vintage product, has about 2 years of aging on the yeast before we disgorge it, and it really expresses that Chardonnay Carneros quality that we have there, and it's got wonderful citrus coming right in there with kind of a lemon
bright.
lime, a little bit of that Meyer lemon zest to it. And then we get the Chardonnay that we grow out there at our estate really ages into this wonderful toasty brioche, more so than some of the Pinots do. So that really comes through that creamy, biscuity character. And what I really like about this wine is that it's got this sort of tangerine finish to it.
It does.
A little
There's
bit of that,
yeah, you
that
get
kind of
that
sneaks in there. It's something that you
zest
don't
of tangerines kind of at the back of your
you
palate.
don't usually expect that from Chardonnay, but I really love it in this wine.
Yeah, it's wonderful. What's your favorite pairing with this particular wine?
Well, for me, I usually go straight to sushi for most everything.
The answer is always sushi.
Sushi, oysters.
Nice.
Yeah, it's always the first go-to on.
What's your
sparkling
favorite
wine.
sushi roll?
Oh, sushi roll. I'm more of a nigiri
Are
guy.
you a nigiri
Yeah.
guy? I'm a sashimi girl, which is funny. I might
Yeah.
just throw it on my plate.
Stack up with the hamachi or the aji. Spanish mackerel's got to be my very favorite.
Ooh, I haven't tried that one.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. All right, Steve. So long before you were into wine, you hailed from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, yeah.
Yeah. So you're our second Detroit, Michigan winemaker.
Really?
I know.
Now, who else is from Detroit?
The winemaker from a Langtree estate. He's also from Detroit, born and raised.
Oh.
And I
To look
feel
him up,
terrible.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
forgot his name. I've been
Might-
drinking too much.
Might have been in my neighborhood.
He may have been. So, tell us what your favorite memories are of growing up in that area of the country.
Loading a truck and moving to California.
Good memories. Good answer.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was a little bit of winemaking in Detroit, and that's where I got my first taste of it. Was some friends of our family in our neighborhood were making wine in the basement.
No way.
So yeah, they had carboys set up, and they were making it from canned grape juice concentrate,
Fantastic.
mail order stuff. And I'd go over there and
So
help them.
leftovers from Prohibition, so do not put in a dark
Yeah,
space.
could
Do not.
be. It's same idea, and oak chips, and it's a pretty funky looking stuff, and was made kind of an ugly wine. It was drinkable, but the novelty of it was
Wasn't
pretty
really
good. Nobody else was
refined, yeah.
making wine in Detroit.
Yeah, so it's pretty rare.
So when I went off to college, I ended up taking all of their winemaking stuff and started making beer and cider, and being in college, and
Yeah, you must have
that
been
kind
really
of led
popular.
me. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
What do
there's-
we need? We need beer? Perfect. I can do that.
I had a big house, full of guys, and that we were renting. I had 7 people living in that house, and when you're making beer and you're boiling with the hops, and the whole house smells of hops, and either you enjoy that or
You don't.
yeah, I didn't.
There's no escaping.
I think I lost some friends. through that,
Where did you go to school?
so. Did my undergrad at the University of Michigan, and then I came out to California for grad school in chemistry. I went to Berkeley.
Nice. Very cool. And then when did the idea to actually make wine a career happen?
Well, once I got California figured out, and working out the seasons thing, that took a little while. But once I got that ironed out, and spending weekends up in wine country tasting, and once upon a time I was at a tour at a winery, and they talked about the winemaker who went to Davis and got a degree before they came. You could go to school for this and
They
get a
actually
job.
Have a whole path? Yes.
Once I figured that out,
Things shifted.
yeah, moved from chemistry to winemaking.
That is
And
very
been doing it
nice.
ever since.
So you kind of fell in love, and then your heart's in the sparkling.
Yeah.
All right. So everything pairs well with sushi.
Everything.
or oysters. That's
Well,
the great thing about sparkling. It
Sparkling
really
wine
does.
in general pairs with just about anything. You got a few things going for it in there. You've got the acid in there that really is a good palate cleanser. So for things that are rich or creamy,
It just kinda cuts
kind of
through
heavy,
that.
cuts through that, cleanses the palate, gets you ready for your next bite. Having the little bit of dosage in there, which is a little bit of residual sugar that lives in
Okay.
the wine that keeps that acid in balance. And while it doesn't come off as sweet, it allows you to have a dish that may have a sweeter sauce to it, or if you're going into dessert, like you're getting to that chocolate
kind
cake,
of crossover a little bit.
and where if you're drinking a red wine, that little bit of sweetness will make the wine taste bitter, but this will offset that and then really allow you to get through something sweeter also. And then if you've got something really salty, again, the acid really cuts through that and stands up to it. So it's a pretty universal pairing. There's not a whole lot that you can go too far wrong.
It's incredible. I've always been a fan of sparkling wine. It's like my go-to wine. And I was right, because it is truly the little black dress of wines. It goes with everything. It's incredible.
And sometimes we go to these big food and wine pairings. There's a big one in San Francisco that chef's tasting, and you go in there and it's this big, it's on Union Square, the big tent there, and it's outside, and it gets kind of warm out there, and all kinds of wonderful small bites of food. And I'll go there and I'll pour out 2 cases, 3 cases of wine, and then the guy sitting next to me pouring cab has got like 4 bottles open, and that's it. Because everybody's coming back for the sparkling wine, for that nice, really rich, intense little bites of food.
Absolutely, it is absolutely incredible. We're getting some feedback from our bloggers already, and let's see what we got. The Blanc de Blancs is lovely. The Chardonnay is so obvious, but so well done. Bravo, coming in from Flawless Crowns. Cellar Mistress is super excited for the sparkling wines. She is a huge fan. And Clink Clink back to us. Love the Blanc de Blanc. Citrus, Meyer Lemon, toasted biscuits. Love it. And studio audience, what are we thinking about the Blanc de Blanc?
Yummy.
Yummy?
So yummy. That's a technical term.
It is, absolutely. And well, the good thing is there is some more to revisit, obviously.
I hope there's more to revisit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we have Chef Mike C with us today as well. And so Chef, tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you're going to be preparing for us.
Well, I am a culinary entertainer, educator, and consultant, and I kind of specialize in pairing beverage with food instead of reverse with food with beverage. I like to think beverage is more important a lot of the times. So instead of trying to figure out,
I like this guy.
but I want to have like my beverage, and I really want to be able to make sure that it is well paired with what I'm eating, so I really get the full effect and the beautiful flavors out of the beverage.
Perfect.
So today we're actually making a popcorn pairing.
Ooh.
Because yeah, I mean a lot of us love popcorn. I mean I don't think I've ever met somebody that didn't like popcorn, and if they don't, then
We don't like them.
yeah, we really don't. To be honest with you,
It's like, who doesn't like fluffy puppies?
I love fluffy puppies. I love kitties. Dude. That's it. But with popcorn, the whole problem is we make it at home, and you don't want to make microwave crud.
Yeah.
So you want to do it from scratch, right? And to get butter flavor on that is always the issue. Whether you air pop it, you have one of these funky microwave
it
poppers.
squishes up, and it turns into these really awkward, shriveled-looking things.
And
that
you
don't
have
want to
2
eat.
or 3 of those shriveled things out of like 1,000 kernels. So over years, my family was obsessed with popcorn growing up. So we kind of figured out, we deconstructed popcorn and reverse engineered it, and we figured out a wok is really the way to optimally pop it and get that butter flavor
So you
out.
don't need high-tech equipment, you need your wok.
No, you just need a wok and a love of butter, love affair with butter.
Oh,
We
fantastic.
have some butter here in the stand mixer. The nice thing is you can go with just straight butter, or you can flavor butter a million different ways.
Oh,
You can throw butter in a food processor, put garlic, habanero, and chive with it, and it'll be absolutely amazing.
sushi.
So you could put sushi in it. But you know what you could do? You could put bonito flakes and nori into your butter and throw that together.
furikake would be
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So you can have a lot of fun with that. Or we can go and have other soft type of flavors that we'll be able to incorporate in the butter when we use a stand mixer. I love doing demi glosses like lamb demi, beef demi, things like that. But today, what we're going to play around with is one of my favorite flavors, which is bacon fat and duck fat smoked sea salt.
Sounds terrible.
It's so awful. Awful. And remember, everything is fat-free, calorie-free, and Atkins-friendly when you're hanging out with me. You walk out the door and
Never
game
happened.
over. So we have some butter in the stand mixer, and in here I have my proprietary blend of bacon fat and duck fat.
Ooh.
So basically, a stick of butter and about the same amount of bacon fat and duck fat.
Perfect.
Okay. And the best way to get bacon fat is eat a lot of bacon and save the fat.
You know it's bikini season, right?
Yeah, that's why everything's fat-free,
Free,
calorie-free,
carb-free.
Atkins-friendly. Hello. And we just have everything about room temperature so that they're going to blend well together. Anything you want to blend in butter, just have the butter room temp. And the other ingredients room temp. We're just going to throw that on really quick. La la la, magic of TV, it's done! Yay!
Super fast.
Or wait, it didn't shut off. I didn't do that wrong. Yay! Groovy. And now here's the big deal. I have the wok. We're going to turn the wok on. High heat for your average home stove is about perfect, right?
Right.
And then it's all about the lid. Now the lid, they come in a couple different shapes. A rounded dome and the more kind of squared off tall lid. It's important to have the squared off tall lid. You can find these at cookware stores. You can just go online. You can find them all over. They're really inexpensive. The big deal here is what we're going to do.
Why do you want the flat one?
Well, it gives us a little bit more volume in here. And the idea to get this butter thing to work the right way is we're going to create a mist of butter in which the popcorn and kernels jump through and enrobe themselves in deliciousness every time.
Do they jump through flaming?
They go like this.
Do they have capes?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wind up here. I'm gonna get my handy dandy proctologist example up here. Just in case you're in the kitchen and you need a quick proctologist exam, or you're making popcorn. Right. Put on the glove, and we're gonna take some of our butter mixture here. Oh, that just feels so good. I wish I didn't have a gloved hand. And I'm gonna smear
This is what
this.
you call food porn.
It is.
Seriously, Sean.
Boom, chicka, bow, wow. So I'm going to smear that on the inside of the lid. And the big deal here is that's just going to sit in the lid. And we're going to now
Get interactive.
You can lick that off later.
hey, you know, you gotta play with your food, right? I'm gonna put a little
like
oil in the wok, and it could be any type of oil. I have a little garlic confit
It's my
oil.
eyebrows that are next.
Get that nice and hot, and then some organic popcorn, a half cup.
Organic popcorn.
Organic
Any
popcorn.
brand.
And then we're gonna play around. I have some smoked sea salt. I got a little combination of alderwood and applewood,
Nice.
or anything you really like is fine. And then we're going to just stir this around. And we need to wait until the popcorn kernels just don't start popping, but they start jumping out of the wok.
Okay.
And the big deal with that here is once that starts happening, it's going to be a domino effect, and you're just going to start popping like
And these
crazy.
are highly trained popcorn kernels, right?
Oh yeah, they go through a rigorous boot camp before they ever get into this wok. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's like about 3 weeks intensive training out in the field, and then in the kitchen for about 4 more weeks, and then they're ready to go. But when they start popping, they're going to release a bunch of steam. And by putting the lid over, we capture that steam. And we have what would be, in scientific terms, a closed system. So that when the butter just isn't going to just fall into the pot, which if we started with butter, it would burn, right? And we don't want that. The oil here won't. But the butter's not just going to fall into the pot, it's going to get caught in the steam, because fat in a moist environment, blows it apart. It's really, truly a mist of butter.
So this is
And then the kernels pop through that mist and they enrobe themselves in it. So right now it's just starting to pop, but I need
Pretty
one of these to
exciting.
fly at one of you guys. So open your mouths and close your eyes, and I'll have a big surprise for you. There we go. So they jump out, and then you put the lid on, and you just let it sit. Every once in a while you do the hippie shake, all right? And you continue to do that until that rate of popping goes down to almost nothing, right? And then it's done. It's really that easy. So you can really play around with different flavored oils, different flavored salts, fusing your butter with different flavors, or just going straight up butter, honey butter, almond butter, lamb demi butter. Fresh herbs and spices work really, really well in this. Oh yeah, you smell that.
Oh yeah.
This is like, if you could smell this, oh my god, like I wish it could be like smell-o-vision right now.
Yeah, have you?
You would have a moment.
Absolutely. In a Fabulous World is loving Chef right now. She loves your
I
personality.
love you too!
Wish you were here, Maxine. And Cellar Mistress is super jealous. She wished she was here with the duck fat buttered popcorn. Oh, I just saw something jump out. Oh, Chef's
Nobody
treat.
else had their mouth open. I was the only one with my mouth open. So we're just going to let this go and pop. It's going to take a few minutes. And then we'll have some delicious popcorn.
We're waiting for that. Let's talk a little bit about contestant number 2.
okay. One thing that I neglected to mention on the first
Hold on
glass, non-vintage product, as you can see, it was labeled there. Available for $22 suggested retail. So that's the price on that. I should.
And of course, if you're a club member, you get an even
Yes.
better price on that. So you can go to their website, gloriaferrer.com. I believe that's what it is. And it's fantastic. I've typed it once or twice in the past. And of course, you can find out all about their wine club, their benefits, membership, and how to sign up. And the $22 suggested retail price is an incredible value, I think, for this the sparkling. It's so absolutely easy drinking, delicious.
And this one gets distribution outside of the winery, so
Obviously,
you
you
can
can
find
get
it at stores
almost everywhere.
and restaurants. Yeah.
Excellent.
The next one, though, the one that we're about to taste, is the 2008 vintage
Beautiful.
Brut Rosé.
Oh yes.
Now, this is a winery exclusive. Sometimes you'll find it at a couple of.
And this one sells out pretty
wines.
quickly from
It
what
does.
I remember.
We don't make a whole lot of it. This is just a 1,000 or 2,000 cases a year that we make. And
tiny
we keep it
production,
at the winery. Now this one, while the first one was 100% Chardonnay and really was expressive of the Chardonnay characters that we have in our vineyards, this one is 92% Pinot Noir. It's got 8% Chardonnay, a little bit in there just to balance it out a little bit. But this one really encompasses all of the great Pinot characters that we've got in our vineyards.
One of my other favorite wines. If it's not bubbles, it's Pinot.
So this is just loaded with that black cherry, strawberry, raspberry, maybe a little bit of, you still have a little bit of that citrus in there as well.
Not as much.
But
It's definitely more
really,
black.
and a rounder feel to it. The Pinot, the tannins that come with the Pinot are much rounder and fuller than the
This one's
tannins
definitely
that come
softer.
from
It's a
the
little more
Chardonnay.
elegant.
So,
Uh-oh, we've got something happening over here.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Am I just holding this for no reason?
You could be.
It
That'd
could be
be
just fun.
really weird.
Yes.
A popcorn now.
Wow.
Nice, fluffy. Each kernel.
This is like my new favorite movie
completely
theater.
enrobed in like. Well, that's not fat. Remember,
No.
Right.
that's
No.
called love. Okay? And I've noticed there's a whole lot of love in these wines here. I mean, they taste like love was a big part of the process. So I'm very excited about that.
Beautiful.
So.
The chef's gonna be bringing that around
Yeah,
to
it's only
share with us. in a
$500
moment.
so,
$500 a bowl. Made with the best stuff on earth.
So one of the special things we do with this wine, to give it a little bit of that blush hue to it, is treat a small quantity of the Pinot grapes a little bit differently. Now, most of the sparkling wines that you get from us or from other producers that are made out of Pinot are not pink. They're usually white wines.
Yeah, they're more-
We all know that Pinot Noir is a red grape. So how do we get the white juice, the white wine from the red grape to make the wine? And the answer to that is all of the color, but not just the color, but the tannins, the texture, the astringency, all of that stuff that makes red Pinot so wonderful. That all lives in the skins. That's what makes red Pinot. But we don't want that in the sparkling wine. So what we'll do ordinarily is pick those grapes at night, get them off the vines when they're cold, and then press them out as whole clusters. Don't crush them or anything, and get that juice away from those skins and seeds as quickly and gently as possible. That gives us a white juice from that black grape. And we can make a white base wine out of that. But what we do with this one is we'll take a small quantity of that fruit, and then instead of pressing it out completely ahead of time, we'll crush it. And then we'll let that juice sit with the skins for
Hang out for a little bit.
just for a day or two, or a few days,
Just a little kiss of
depending.
color.
Yeah, and it gets a little bit of color, a little bit of that blush, and it's just a small percentage of the wine that goes into this blend. But with that little bit of color, it's also extracting out a tremendous amount of this red fruit character. That's why we don't use that much of it. We just use enough in there because we want to bring out all of that wonderful red Pinot character to it, but we don't want to get too fruity and over
Overpowering.
the board. So again, it's all about keeping it in balance.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So that's
It's one of my
A
favorites.
wonderful expression of that
What do we think
red
down there?
Pinot characters.
Yeah,
Strawberries.
it is.
This
This is
honey,
just.
honeysuckle. Oh,
I would like to bathe in this.
This is like the romantic
It's
one.
got some of that
So beautiful.
little bit of that creamy toastiness in there too,
yes.
from the
It's
from the
very
yeast
well
aging.
balanced, too. I mean, excellent.
I do believe it's making me blush.
This is one of our most popular wines at
You
the
do know
tasting
bathing,
room.
and it's really more of a figure of speech, right?
No,
They don't have enough
wanna-
cases.
No, I'm literal about that. Are you kidding me? This is just lovely stuff.
He'll take 500 cases.
Let's make it 1,000.
Yeah.
Even. Full production. Easy. Pish.
Shish bosh.
He's going to become a club member.
Yeah,
This
you have
is
to kick me out,
incredible.
sorry.
Chef, what would you pair with the rosé?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Good choice. Good
Well,
answer.
honestly, one of the things I love about champagnes, and Steve really hit on this earlier, is that it can really be paired with almost anything because you have the acidity, you have the bubbles, and things like that. So it can go with very rich dishes, like your desserts or your heavier things like popcorn with the butter. It can go very salty things, and it can also go very sweet things. So
Absolutely.
I really love to be able to have different sparkling wines with snack foods, like gourmet snack foods, like the popcorn, like nice
Potato chips and caviar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, chips and caviar.
It's
there you go.
delicious.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah,
isn't
No,
it?
it's one of the most
It's
incredible
a great
pairings.
pairing, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We
Absolutely.
just don't think normally of snack foods being able to be paired, but they really can and sparkling wine.
Or really
is definitely the way
casual
to go.
fare, bar, your upscale bar foods even. Like Princess Grace's favorite meal was champagne and a cheeseburger. And so I mean, like here you go, like you're like, wow, no kidding. But that absolutely, and they pair incredibly well together. And you get the fat and the richness, and of course, you get the acidity of the sparkling, which is just delicious. So, and it's one of my absolute favorite beverages of all time. There's never a time when there's bubbles not in the house, ever.
Well, I'm just going to mention this. There's still some in your glass. There's not in mine, so you better drink it faster. I'm taking it.
Oh, there's more down there. Refill. Pass it down. Pass it down.
Oh, yes.
Can't oblige.
Plenty to share. All right, let's get some of our tweetosphere going here. Brut Rosé looks amazing. This pale salmon color is absolutely gorgeous. Plus the popcorn popping in the background is really tempting. And definitely enjoying the finish on the rosé coming from In a Fabulous World. Thank you guys. Keep the feedback coming. Oh, and the Brut Rosé is begging for some chocolate. Any chocolates that Chef would suggest?
I would probably go something like this, a citrus style chocolate. There's a lot of really wonderful ones with blood orange. Ooh. That would be really nice because it's got that slightly sweet, slightly tart. It's got the richness to it, and I think this would really hold well up to something like that.
Absolutely, I agree. I'm a fan of s'mores, and I don't know. I mean, it's summertime. This is like s'mores time, and one of my favorite finds are these fresh toasted coconut marshmallows with a orange dark chocolate.
Oh my god.
Absolutely out of this world, and that would be incredible with this one. So I'm gonna have to try that next week by the campfire for sure.
I like this style.
Yeah.
This is going away. It's going into my collection. I have no idea. These wines just disappear. In a Fabulous World, I love the versatility rosé offers for pairings, and she chose fried chicken tenders. Well paired, lady. Absolutely.
Oh, fabulous.
I know.
It's like I actually have fried chicken popcorn. With mashed
You
potatoes
do.
and gravy. Yeah. there we go.
Although that one tastes more like Thanksgiving dinner to me. It's amazing. It is pretty good. And then I've had the honor of trying the dark chocolate cherry popcorn you made not too long ago. That was
doing that
pretty
tomorrow
killer.
night, too.
Hey.
Oh, that would be good.
And if you come to our hospitality party tomorrow night, you'll be trying that popcorn.
We'll be here.
It'll be very fun. All right, back to our winemaker. So when you're not having fun with grapes in the vineyard and figuring out the California lifestyle, which you're now very much so local, what do you like to do?
Well, after we're done here, I'm headed straight to the airport, flying out to Utah for a couple weeks of camping and rafting in Zion, southern Utah, that
That's
area.
very exciting.
So, be doing
so
that.
what are you packing with you? And, to
Well,
drink?
it's kind of, well,
It's Utah, so
probably all everything we don't drink here.
it's going in the bag.
We'll see how, it's hard to keep stuff cold on the boat, but we'll try to figure something
Ice,
out.
lots of ice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
gotta have lots of sparkling and gin and tonic.
Oh, good
because you
choice.
can always
What's your
get-
favorite gin? Whatever's in the glass, or
Yeah, well, from
you've got to have
Tanqueray comes from my youth, but I
Oh.
drink Bombay Sapphire for the most part.
Nice, good choice. Yay! I'm a Bombay girl. Cameraman over here loves the Hendrix, so it's always an interesting combination. Is it going to be Bombay or is it going to be Hendrix? I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of interesting new gins out there. It's
There
kind of
are.
nice to see that that's turning into something. I wasn't.
A lot of the classics are coming back as far as cocktails.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely have gotten into the brown liquors lately. So we're doing a lot of Manhattans, old fashions, things like that. Thought I would never like whiskey or bourbon. Turns out I was wrong. I was very, very wrong about that. Oh, more feedback coming in from our bloggers. Oh gosh, the s'mores sound great. Yes, they are incredible. Definitely have to come out when you're here, and we will do s'mores by the campfire. And if you had to choose a moment for each sparkling selection, when would you pop each bottle? New Year's Eve, Christmas, Thanksgiving, your birthday, Tuesday?
all of the above, but not just those times. It's not sparkling wine isn't. I mean, it's great to have it for a great occasion, but it's always nice to have wine at a great occasion.
Absolutely.
But it's an everyday drink. I mean, it's when friends come over for dinner or when friends don't come over for dinner.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of folks at
Thursday
home
afternoon.
It's most every evening, you know, a glass of sparkling wine, start the evening off, or with dinner. It's an everyday thing, and so yeah, it's wonderful to have it for open a wonderful bottle for a great occasion, but don't save it for that. You know?
Gosh, no. But
Wednesday's a good day.
Wednesday. So maybe I would say like the Blanc de Blanc. It's a great value.
Mm-hmm.
That might be like my Monday through Thursday wine. Anytime.
House wine.
Yeah, house wine. Have it in the fridge. Always, keep one cold. The rosé, I mean, it's pretty special. And of course, there is limited production on that particular wine. So that one, you may choose to hold back a little bit and bring that out for special moments, moments of celebration. Valentine's Day, Christmas, anything like that.
We sell a lot for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
Popular for those occasions.
And then we haven't gotten to the cuvee yet, but this is your shining star, amazingness in a glass. So that might be your more special occasion, holiday, super celebration wine. Just saying. Or, hey, if you're a high roller and money's no object, the cuvee could very well be your Monday through Thursday wine. Just saying. Absolutely. So, have you tried the popcorn?
I have just about tried the popcorn.
Pretty good. Chef, that
Great
is
stuff.
amazing.
Turned out pretty good.
Yeah, you've done this once or twice.
No, this is my my 1.5 time doing it.
Nice.
The bacon is wonderful in there.
And you really get those flavors, and you can. They're so layered in.
I can't take credit. It's like when you add bacon fat to anything, it's awesome. When you add
It's
duck
always
fat,
good.
it's awesome. When you add both, and then there's butter, and then smoked salt. I mean,
It's off the charts.
it's I didn't do it. I just pretended.
Nature did this.
I just do this on. I only play this on TV.
You need to make duck bacon.
You know, I'm gonna have to go in reverse. I wonder how this is
Duck
gonna change the
bacon.
flavor.
I like that.
I've had duck pastrami. Make
Oh,
pastrami
it's amazing.
from duck breast. Oh, that's really tasty stuff.
Anything from duck is amazing.
Duck, goose. It's amazing. Goodness.
Oh, we're
So-
gonna have to do goose fat next.
So this Brut Rosé, vintage 2008, available at the winery or through the website, and available through the wine club. Retails for $45.
Also an excellent.
That's
perfect,
it?
Yeah, that's it for that wine. That's
Are you
amazing.
kidding me? Okay. Definitely get me a couple hundred cases. That's in my price range today.
Good.
That is, yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then we are going to be moving on to the cuvee.
Carneros Cuvée. Okay.
This one I'm very excited about. I've never tried this one.
Ah.
I know.
You've seen the bottle though.
I've seen the bottle, the genie bottle. So pretty.
And
I
that
love
is
this bottle.
yeah, we designed that bottle. It's a proprietary design. We own the molds for it and everything.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Have them
And just
custom
little
made in France and
stripe. Oh,
decorated.
So pretty.
and they're a little bit challenged to work with because they're
They're unique.
shapely. But, but this is our tête de cuvée. This is the best expression of everything that we make. And we're kind of going through here, tasting the Chardonnay characters and then tasting the Pinot characters. Now we're getting into the Carneros cuvée. And this one's a blend of 55% Pinot and 45% Chardonnay.
Wow.
Now that more structured tannin in the Chardonnay really gives this wine the ability to age well. So this wine is a vintage 2003. So we made this wine. It's spent 9 years aging on the yeast.
Oh my goodness.
On its side, laid down. All of these wines, every wine that we make is a traditional method champenoise.
So you work all the yeast
So that means that each one was fermented. The wine was fermented in the bottle. So not just any bottle, that same bottle. So
So once it's in the bottle, that's
once
its
it's in the
home.
bottle, it ferments in there and the bubbles develop. And we age it in the bottle with that yeast, and that's where a lot of that wonderful toasty, creamy character comes from. And also that texture of the mousse. Those little tiny bubbles, that nice creamy texture, that comes from aging on the yeast also. As those yeasts sit in there, they release all kinds of wonderful stuff.
Our camera guy's getting in on the action.
Yeah, so
Tell me where your bowl was.
That's
So-
our goal too. We share. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
And not, you can't see it necessarily from this angle, but down at the end of the table here, you brought in a couple examples of the bottles, one on its side, and then one with the yeast all the way down at the neck. So that's really cool. So for studio audience, you can actually check those out and see kind of what he's talking about, which is very cool. And those look like rosé.
that's our Blanc de Noir.
Is it a Blanc
That's
de
a Blanc de
Noir?
Noir, yeah.
So Very
So I
similar
put it
color.
in clear glass though, so we could so you could see the yeast.
Here it comes. My lovely assistant.
Yeah. So
All right.
yeah. So this is an example of how we're getting the yeast back out of the bottle. So
Okay.
if the bottle was on its side, the yeast would be on the side, aging there. But when it's time to sell the wine, we can't sell the wine with a crown cap and a pile of yeast in there.
It's
so
not as sexy. It's just not.
no, and nobody wants a big pile of yeast in their
Yeah, you know
glasses.
what's
so-
wrong
But
with
if
the
the
cap?
pile of yeast you knew came from this bottle, it might be worth collecting for some shape,
Well,
form, or fashion.
you-
I don't know what exactly, but this was so
If you,
amazing. I just
there could be a demand there.
There could be. I mean, we might be able to work on this. We can have
Champagne
yeast flavored
yeast.
popcorn.
I was going to say,
Oh.
put it in a dish. put it in the
Nutritional
popcorn.
yeast gets thrown on all the time. Why not with the beautiful yeast that are coming out of this immaculate sparkling wine?
Oh, we might start something new here. Okay.
You know, we are. So if any of y'all steal that idea from us, Steve
We
and
will
I will
hunt you
come
down.
after you.
The things you learn on CellarPass TV. Have no idea.
So, well, when it's time to sell the wine, then to get the yeast out, we'll dip the neck in a little bit of cold fluid. Actually, a lot of cold fluid, but just a little bit in there.
Talking like a gin and tonic or what?
No, it's 40 degrees below zero.
Ooh, it's very,
wow.
very
Pretty
cold.
cold. And then the wine on the inside of the bottle freezes into a little block of ice. And then we take the bottle and we turn it upside up again. The clear wine goes to the bottom, but the little block of ice stays in the neck with the yeast stuck in it. So we take the bottle cap out, pressure pushes out that ice with the yeast in it. So
there's
that-
little yeast blocks flying all over the wine.
yeah, it goes pop, pop, pop all day long. So
That's
like one
awesome.
big, long, crazy party.
This is perfect for popcorn.
I know.
I mean, how much better does it get than that?
There's so much in common.
I know, I'm loving this.
I knew I liked this.
You got to
pairing.
figure out how to use a wok to do it. So
You know, we might be able to put cold fluid in that wall.
Could be interesting.
It really could.
Iced popcorn.
So, but while the wine is aging with that yeast, the wine gives off wonderful flavors, but also protects the wine as it's aging. So this is a wine. I mean, when was the last time you had a white wine of any sort, let alone a sparkling wine that was 11 years old that tastes this fresh?
Never.
So, and even among other vintage wines that you're going to try, this wine really comes off very youthful, and that's because of where we are in Carneros. The fruit that we have there, especially the Chardonnay, really ages beautifully. So this comes off as very, very fresh, but it's starting to develop a little bit of mature character to it, but
There's definitely more
Mostly
complexity to this one.
you can go in here.
Really nice.
Sorry, keep getting
Popcorn.
popcorn in my throat.
Drink more sparkling.
Drink. No
So
shame
you
in that.
get in here and you get the you can pick out these Pinot characters even after a decade. We really have that black cherries really coming through on that.
Well, it's really beautiful. It's a surprise that after so many years in the bottle that it is so distinctive in its characteristics, yet it's so well blended together. That creaminess has really become apparent.
It's like a
It's
creme
so
brulee in
smooth.
there.
It really is.
Creme brulee,
It
a
really
little bit
is.
of lemon zest.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible.
I mean,
And
this
that
itself
lemon-
is dessert.
Yeah. This is one of those standalone wines. I mean, you compare obviously with anything like you can the other wines, but this one,
Well, but
you could just
sometimes, too,
sip it so easily all by itself.
when you go to have dessert and you're like, I'm a little full, we don't think of necessarily having, we
The
go to
spaceship.
dessert wines instead of having a sparkling wine as a dessert in and of itself. It really can be and almost should be. It's refreshing to the palate, it really
Absolutely.
finishes a meal beautifully.
Especially sometimes dessert's just too heavy. You know, I mean,
really
there's
is.
oftentimes, like, especially we're spoiled in Napa Valley or in wine country.
Your dessert.
Yeah, you drink your dessert. So this is one of those things where it's like, I'll just take my glass.
Cheers to that.
Well done. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you.
Liquid dessert.
Cheers, everyone. You guys are so much
Liquid
fun.
dessert, everyone.
Liquid dessert.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, there's plenty of popcorn to share. So
Thank you.
So
very
share it
much.
around.
Thank you. Elvis has left the building.
so chef, tell. So you are opening up a restaurant.
I just did.
So tell us about this.
So it's called La Botella Republic. It is a wine and beer tasting lounge.
Ooh, I
in-
like
right
this.
in downtown Berkeley. And the idea is you go out to a wine or beer bar. You know you're going there to drink, meet friends, and maybe eat. You go to a tasting room, and typically you're going there to taste different wines or
Right.
beers, and then hopefully take something home. So we're kind of the best of both worlds. You can come in, anything that we have in stock, you can not only try and taste, but you can take home with you. And we have food there that's actually made to complement the beverage. So again, it's very beverage-centric
So you're really
location.
focusing on what you're pouring and then creating your menu around it.
Exactly.
That is unheard of.
I think it kind of is, and everything is from within a 150-mile radius of
And
Berkeley.
you just
so
became like the winemaker's
that's
best
wonderful.
friend.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. It was a new project I took on as a consulting project, and just fell in love with the owners and the whole concept of it, and have been driving the menu. And we're also have a very robust culinary education program that we're just getting to start. So we've been open now maybe 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and for
So-
most of the
where
time,
is it?
It's right in downtown Berkeley, about 100 feet from the BART station. So right at Shattuck
Oh,
and
perfect.
Center
So you can
Street.
take the
Yeah.
ferry,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
hop on
Yes.
BART,
Yes.
and be right in Berkeley, and you
Yeah,
don't
you
even
can.
have to drive.
And that was a big part of it is for Berkeley, and that's why I've been living in Berkeley now for 13 years. I love Berkeley to death because as far as being able to get ingredients, all
You're in
their
a
local
really
stores and shops,
centralized-
it's absolutely amazing, and it's so close to the wine country here. Unfortunately, it's
Kinda-
not the wine country. It is depressing when I go back home for that reason.
Like I just
But-
said, there's a ferry,
Oh, you've got
and
several
then you can
wineries.
connect to
You've got
BART.
several wineries in Berkeley and
I'm
in
actually
Oakland.
working on getting a helicopter, so if any of you would like to donate to my helicopter fund,
Excellent.
please do.
Absolutely. So
That
it's
way I
Chef
can be
Mike
here in, like,
C,
5
1, 2,
minutes.
3.
Yes, exactly. But the whole idea is realistically, we are so fortunate here in the Bay Area to have fantastic wineries, fantastic farms, fantastic restaurants and such. And we go out to have a lot of these experiences, but it's also great to be able to take these experiences and come home.
Absolutely.
That's why everybody comes up here and goes and does wonderful tastings at all these beautiful
And brings
wineries,
it.
and you get to take that home with you. So for us, we're a little bit more local of a stop, and also a place in which you can feel free to come in and actually learn a lot about wine, beer, and food, and how to pair it. And
I
how
think
to
it's
enjoy
really
it.
important. I mean, so many people, they understand the general concept behind food and wine pairings, but a lot of people are very intimidated. And like what we just learned today with the sparkling, there's something intimidating about sparkling. It may be very sophisticated to some, and it is, but it goes so well, plays well with everybody. It's a very friendly wine.
It's a social butterfly.
It's a social butterfly, and she pairs well with so many different foods. So you don't have to be afraid of throwing a dinner party. And honestly, if you're completely lost on what to pair, grab your favorite sparkling and just say, here you go. Tonight is a flight of sparkling, and it's going to go well with just about everything you put on the table. And then, of course, you have these programs like Chef Mike C's putting on, where you can get a little bit more in depth and play with beer and spirits and well, you may not be doing spirits, but wine.
Well, we'll do that too.
Hey, what the heck? We'll bring it.
Especially if we've been drinking these wonderful sparkling wines before.
These are gateway beverages.
They
And
are. They very much are. Let's
They
be
do
honest.
build you up for what's next, and but the great thing about food and wine is you're supposed to have fun with it, and you may not always get it right, and sometimes that's what's fun, is going, that didn't work out quite as well, but then when you find what does, and you have that aha epiphany, it's amazing.
I think it comes down to, and this is a statement one of my good friend of mine coined, so I always can't take credit for it. It's trust your taste.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what anybody else says
If it
or
tastes good to
thinks.
you.
It tastes good to you. There's parameters in which to do the exploration.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, how do you really feel about that flavor combination? And if you like it, wonderful. If not, hey, there's
It's
a lot of
okay.
other ones
Try
for you to
something
explore.
new. Go on to
Exactly.
the next thing. I think one thing that's important as well that you don't get to experience, especially when you're going out to restaurants, is necessarily things that don't work well. Because most of the time things are crafted around already known pairings. So you know that these things are going to go well together, and I would assume the same is happening at your restaurant. I think it's almost worthwhile to try things that are known to not go well together, because then you understand
much so.
what it is when it doesn't work. where it's like, wow, okay, yeah, that was not a good idea. But without having that knowledge, it's really hard to understand, when things work well and when they don't. And I think it's one of those hidden things you don't really think about when you're going out and dining is, of course these things go well together, but having that knowledge so you can be like, those are flavor profiles I'm not looking for. So you have that education, and that would be a very interesting thing, I think, to have a program that kind of shows you some examples of the and the ding, 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 ding. I personally...
Great audio cues.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a Foley artist on the side.
Thank you very much.
But I think for me, coming from culinary backgrounds and everything as well too, that understanding those differences would be so helpful to the home chef, which is the average day cook, to help them take their at-home skills to the next level as well. Just saying. But everybody can do it. Yeah, right? The cuvee is amazing, coming in from Flawless Crowns. Where has this been all of my sparkling life? Oh, I love it.
It's been at the winery, and really only at the winery.
I know. Martin, we got to get you out here.
If you want,
so,
but it is available online through the Wine Club.
Absolutely.
So you can sign up and have it shipped out to you if you like.
Well, there you have it. Or come on out and pick some up and take it home with you. Even
Better yet.
Yes, that's the best way to get your wines, I always say. Coming through with some more tweets and quacks and chirps. Hi, rolling on a Wednesday. Love it. Yeah, you're welcome. It's what we do, because Wednesday is wine day.
Yeah, welcome to the Napa lifestyle.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
I'm on vacation.
Steve's on vacation. We're working. This is the dream. This is happening, really. Studio audience, what did we think was our favorite wine so far?
Yes.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah.
Like bing, bing, bing. In this order, bing, bing, maybe not. Bing, bing, bing.
Excellent.
Everything that Steve makes, winner.
Yes.
No, I'm glad you guys enjoy them. Really am.
What's your favorite
thank
wine?
you.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
whatever Steve's making. All right. Well, we're not quite done yet. It's almost 4th of July. We just had the summer solstice, so you know what that means. There's a lot of outdoor time, a lot of barbecues, hanging out, drinking bubbles in the sun, and you can't do that without being prepared. And so what Hall here has is they have their entire collection of what I've decided is the summer survival kit. So when you're out in the sun, a hat. You absolutely need a hat. So you can come to the winery. Ooh, it even comes with a tag. And pick up your hat. There you go. Now you are shaded from the sun. You're going to need one of these for your trip.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it gets really hot. I mean, we get triple digits here in wine country. I don't know about you back at home. So you might want a t-shirt. So they've got these amazing, really awesome t-shirts. Oh, I'm destroying the place. Hall Wines t-shirts, complete with the bunny on the back. I'm in love with these. Yes, the bunny is like my favorite installation in the valley. And then this was really cool. Where did it go? I can't get to it. It disappeared. The Color Science, hold on, I got this. Sun Forgettable Mineral Sunscreen with SPF 50. This, it has a little brush. It's so cool. You can put it on, ladies. It gives you a nice finish on your face. There it is. Thank you. Check this out. Super easy. You just blend it on. You've got your perfect skin and your sun protection all in one. Steve, you might want some of this too.
That looks so easy.
This is super easy. And
I would even wear that.
absolutely.
Being a dude, hardcore dude.
Or even with children. Oh my gosh, with children, you can't get that cream anywhere. So you just like dust it on and let them run. It's fantastic.
Kids and cream is bad.
And the great thing about this, it's not going to leak all over your purse or your sun bag. So you can just toss this in. You're not going to have goo everywhere. Then you have your picnic mat, which what I hear is going to be available here at the winery on 4th of July. So you can come enjoy a picnic, get some wine, hang out. This will be perfect for all of your summer expeditions. And of course, to keep those kids busy, the Hall Bunny Foo-Foo puzzle. 200 pieces of fun wine country all in a box. Can't beat it. I'm keeping the hat for sure. I'm very much so looking forward to all this, but all this is here at Hall. And I almost forgot, for the absolute wine country lover, this beautiful gold terroir necklace. Can't beat it. Everything here is about $50 or less, except for the necklace, of course, but for the wine lover who has everything, they don't have this. It has a map of the area, and they can wear their favorite location of wine country around their neck always. All right, so Steve, I know they're all your children, but which one is your
I'm not going to do it.
Not going to do it. Oh, heck no. I take
Not
them all.
gonna do it.
I drink them all
exactly.
equally.
They all have their place.
What would you tell your own children, Sarah?
Yeah, exactly.
You love them equally, darn it.
Right. No, there's always one you just like a little bit more. At different times for different reasons, of course. I'm in love with the Cuvée. Of course, I haven't had this one before, so this was a special treat. I've always been a fan of the Rosé and the Blanc de Blancs, which has been a go-to
this
for many years.
non-vintage Blanc de Blanc product is our newest product, so this is
It's
new kid on the block,
new
still has
kid.
some more novelty to it. So.
And it's very cool, absolutely.
Very big fan. Very
Yeah,
big
the huge
fan.
fan.
Excellent.
And Gloria Ferrer just got a recent write-up of being one of the best outdoor tasting locations in wine country. So congratulations to that. That's huge.
Thanks.
Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
That's great.
Surprise,
Anybody that's either in this neighborhood or coming up from the city, come out to the winery. We're up on the east-facing hills, right, looking over the Sonoma Valley, bottom end of Carneros. Got a beautiful view from the terrace. And
It's
just
gorgeous.
park out there with a bottle of wine and enjoy the afternoon watching the world go by.
Absolutely.
Beautiful
Through
spot.
bubbles
Yes.
across the valley. Absolutely getting a lot of great feedback. Love it. Everyone loves Chef. They love the sparkling. They love the interaction. And for those of you who are joining us at home, CellarPass TV is just part of what we do. CellarPass is your online destination for the best wine country tours, tastings, and experiences and special events. So you can go to CellarPass.com and book your experiences with Gloria Ferrer, with Hall, and many, many other fabulous destinations, and get your sip on and have a fabulous summer. Join us next week. We are going to be back. We're going to have Trinitas Cellars, and we're going to be talking about the red, white, and blue, and barbecues, and fun, and all kinds of excitement going on here. So check us next week. We will see you soon. Have a fabulous weekend. Cheers.
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 Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, chef's out of wine.
So good.
I couldn't help myself.